Greetings and peace and love and light and power. So today I just want to talk a little bit about fibroids and my journey with fibroids. Fibroids can be really scary when first discovered. I feel like it's not something that ever crossed my mind, that I ever thought about, or even I knew about it, but it's not like I thought that I would have ever had fibroids. And with my experience with fibroids, as a woman going to get your yearly checkup, pap smear, and so forth, many years ago, I would say probably maybe more than 15 years ago, I was diagnosed first with fibroids. After doing a scan. However, when I was diagnosed, I was told not to worry about it, that they were so small and it was multiple ones on the wall of the uterus, and not to worry about it because they're very, very small. It's only when they get to a certain size then, further action is taken. So I didn't worry about it. I just continued on my merry way, not even giving any thought to them, not even giving any thought to the changes that was going on in my body due to menstrual cycle, cramps, the heaviness of it. I just didn't think about that. That was not something that I felt disturbed about. The only reason that I ended up going to the doctor once a year, because it is advised that this is something that we should do as women. But to know myself and to get even deeper within myself and knowing my body, I didn't really care for that. I was just living my life, enjoying myself, going to work, going out, hanging out with my friends, hanging out with my family, and so forth. So that was my life back then. But in more recent times, I would say within, let's say, 4 years, I started to become more in tune with my body, listening to my body, knowing what my body's saying, and the changes that my body has been going through. And one of the things that shocked me is that us as women, we're not talking about what we're going through, what's happening with our body, with our feminine body, with our uterus, the changes and so forth that's happening with our menstrual cycles and so forth. And then when you go to the doctor, they're not really explaining anything to you. They're very quick in diagnosing, but I find I have not met a doctor who actually showed empathy or compassion and really sat me down and explained to me what's going on. Or maybe it's not their job, I don't know. Maybe it's up to us to research and to educate ourselves, and that is what I started to do. And one of the things I would like to change in my movement is women becoming more comfortable speaking to each other about these type of topics, and not just speaking to women, but we can speak to men about it, we can speak to children about it, we can speak to the elderly about it, we can speak to our communities about it, our society about it. I don't think that is something that we should be hiding. I remember when I was in school, I went to Clare Hall Secondary School, and I remember we were having a discussion with the teacher, home economics teacher, and they were bringing up the topic about feminine and the changes, menstrual cycle, and they basically said to us that these are things that should not be shared, especially with men. If we're having our period, it shouldn't even seem like that. You should not even look in the garbage and see any signs of it, or so it's something that should just be hidden and be very discreet and so forth. I understand it with being discreet, and I'm okay with that, but I feel like it's a part of us, and it's not something that we should be hiding because we don't want the other person to feel uncomfortable. I think that yes, we should be discreet, but not for that reason. Just for sanitation reasons, we should be discreet. But anyway, back to the main topic, which is fibroids. Now, when I discovered, 4 years ago, when my fibroids really started to disturb me, one of the things that I started to explore is to be more aware of my body. So I started to research about the menstrual cycle, what's going on as we get older as women. We hit our 30s, we hit our 40s, what's going on in the body, premenopause, menopause, and all of this kind of stuff. Now I'm at the age where I am beginning premenopause, and so things are happening inside of my body that is changing. Fibroids is one of them, but I do believe that I've had fibroids for a very long time. I know for a fact at least 15 years because of checkups in the doctor. But I believe from the symptoms, I believe this is something that I've had even probably from since I was a teenager. Fibroids that I've had were actually diagnosed, and they were pretty big. But what I noticed with these fibroids, even if you change your diet, even if you're on a vegan diet, even if you're eating all the greens and you're doing your fasting, and it could be urine therapy, whatever you're doing, the fibroids could shrink. They could even disappear. There's even herbs that you can take that will help to shrink these fibroids as well. And some women actually birth their fibroids out as well. All of that is possible. It just depends on the body. Even more so, I believe, than the diet and the different herbs and therapy and whatever you're going through. What I find with the body is that these fibroids, yes, they shrink, but they can also grow again. You could have an operation to remove these fibroids, and I feel like you should pay attention to how you're balancing your body, that these fibroids don't grow again, because this happens. I've experienced the fibroids shrinking completely, going back to the doctor, asking me after a few months, what did you do? Why is it the fibroids has shrunk? Not like they gave me medication or something like that. I went through my research and I applied the tools to my life. Now I got my fibroids to shrink completely, and then they grew back again later on after I just forgot about them and so forth. So I find that it's a lifetime process, relationship that you have with your body, constantly releasing a lot of times emotions that we're not paying attention to can settle in the body, can settle in the womb, and also can contribute to these fibroids. They could contribute to these fibroids as well. I'm sure a lot more research can go into the causes and the cure, natural causes and natural cures of fibroids. But I want to tell you that it can be an emotional roller coaster. So just beware of that and get yourself some form of mental assistance. Do some journaling, get to know yourself, be honest with yourself, reach out to others, reach out to your friends, your family, therapists, anybody that can help you to get through the mental roller coaster that you could go through in having fibroids or any form of this easement. It is curable. However, it's a life change. You have to change your diet, immediately move away from anything that is acidic, that will become acidic in the body, which is your meats, processed foods, and this kind of stuff. A lot of cooked foods. Better to steam your foods, stay away from the fried, oily foods and so forth. All of these things feeds the fibroids. and causes these tumors to grow inside of your body. And other problems can occur inside of your body from eating highly processed foods and acidic foods. It is recommended to bring your body into a more alkaline state through your diet. And there's loads of information out there. All of us know these information, but a lot of times we just need the motivation to set us forth in doing the things that we can do to sustain our health. Stay away from the alcohol. The alcohol for sure brings the body into a very acidic state, and these fibroids or whatever ailments you're going through will prolong, will continue, and probably even get worse. Sugar, stay away from the sugars, all of these high sugary foods, all of the snacks, the donuts, the sweets, the candies, and all of these things. These are highly acidic processed stuff that you're putting in your body, and will also contribute to the growth of the fibroids inside of your body. Now, these foods also are very addictive. They're like a drug inside of your body, and you may have to go through a bit of therapy to get through that food addiction. If you're going to have a food addiction, it's better to have an addiction towards the fruits and the vegetables, because you can eat as much of those as you like, and you will still be in an alkaline state. All right. So the air that we're breathing in, the toxic air from all the pollution, all the vehicles, factories, and so forth, chemicals that are around us, all of that contributes as well. The things that you're putting on your skin, those skin creams and all of that, with all those synthetic products inside of it, those things seep into the body. The body eats and absorbs through the skin as well. This is what, as you can know, this is one of our biggest organs, and you just got to be a little bit mindful of that as well. What you're putting on top of your body, what you're putting in your hair, you're greasing your hair with, you're washing your hair with, putting on your skin, the perfumes that you're spraying on your body. You just have to be a little bit mindful of all of that. So it's not just what you're putting in your body, it's what you're putting on your body. It's what you're feeding inside of your mind too, negative thoughts, arguments, the way you look at yourself, your limiting beliefs, and so forth. What you have in your house, the sheet that you're sleeping on. Try to wear clothes that are of natural fibers as well. So it's a full transformation in your entire life, what you're doing, what you're saying, who you're being, everything. So just be mindful of all of that. And if it's like your habit to be drinking a lot and eating highly acidic foods, eating the animal products and all of this kind of stuff, it's the time has ended for you with that. If you find that your body is going through, if you have tumors, if you have cancer, if you have fibroids, if you have diabetes, whatever you have that's an ailment for you, your time has come to an end in the way that you were eating, and you just need to start now to transform so that you can live a more comfortable life. You can feel your best. You can have the energy to get through and to live well. It's not going to keep you alive forever, but at least it will make the journey that you have here on this earth a little bit more enjoyable for you. So I am Coach Keisha, and I'm here giving support as best as I can. I'm a spiritual wellness coach, energy healer, Reiki master, coaching you through health, through life goals, and all of this kind of stuff. So I'm helping to empower you to stay committed to your commitment towards your health and longevity upon this earth. So reach out, give me a call, and we can work together. I work one-on-one. I do from time to time do group workshops, but my main task is to work one-on-one with you, helping you with your recovery. If you have fibroids, I help you with the process through it. It's not guaranteed that the fibroids will shrink. However, it has brought a lot of benefit right? It has brought benefit to me. It has brought benefit to many others. I also help you to gain back your power, to make you feel empowered in your life, in your journey, setting goals, feeling better, watching your mental health, stability, and so forth. Just helping you to get through this stressful time that we're going through in our journey in life right now. Giving you that support, holding you accountable for the things that you want to accomplish in this life. Many times we need that kick, that push, just so that we can stay on the path that we choose to stay on. And here to just give that support and that wellness and that love that is needed, helping you to get through the shadows that are holding you back, making peace with the yin and yang within the self, and just all with pure love, with pure light, with just honesty.